Pretty exciting that you're at this part of the web quest. You're now going to be looking at the task and what is going to be required from you in order to be successful in completing this web quest, and more importantly, understanding the content that you're taking in and what elements you will be assessed on at the end. So I guess the first thing that I'd like to point out is that you are going to be assessed on being able to create a tally chart, a picture graph, as well as a bar graph. You'll be able to do some data analyzing or collect data to use in those tables. You will also be reviewed on your data analysis skills. In addition to this, we're going to be connecting with some prior work that we've done. So last term we did some work with calendars, and what we're going to do is we're going to revisit some of that stuff with calendars in order for you to be able to take some of that information and use it within those graphs, being picture, tally and bar graphs. Don't be concerned, it may all be new language to you, but as we go through the web quest, we'll unpack what each of those things mean and provide you with opportunities to complete the tasks. So in lesson 1, we will be actually revisiting calendars. So during this time, you'll have the opportunity to remember what you did and watch a video about reading a calendar. You'll then have some time to go ahead and play a fun interactive game. One of the things that you'll find consistent in this web quest is your opportunity to engage in your tasks through fun interactive websites that you can really get to know some of the stuff with whilst you're having some fun. Following on from lesson 1, we'll start to look at picture graphs. So lesson 2, you'll have the opportunity to watch a movie about picture graphs, trying to understand what they are. We'll then go on to play some games. As I said, I'm giving you the opportunity to learn through interaction or interactive websites a little bit more about the content. From there, you'll have the opportunity to work within your groups to unpack the picture graphs further. As you know that we have the evaluation page that has the rubric. The rubric will be an indication of the things that you need to do in order to get good grades. At the end of each lesson, I'm providing you with an individual worksheet so we can assess how you go along the way. This will be marked and feedback will be provided to you throughout the course of completing your web quest. This will give you an opportunity to maybe look at areas that you may want to improve on before we get to the final lesson and we have to do some assessment. In lesson 3, we move away from picture graphs and we start looking at tally graphs. In this, you'll be provided with opportunities to listen to a story and watch a movie about different ways that people use tally marks. And then we're going to play some games within our group and do some worksheets on fun ways that we can learn about tally marks. We will then have an opportunity to complete an activity online to again help us reinforce the skill of tally graphs. And then we'll go on to working in pairs and doing some work around deciding what you may want to do tally marks on within the class and doing some work on that. It'll be a good time for you to actually start looking at the information that people are collecting from around the room and coming up with your own questions to help you interpret and understand graphs a little bit more. Within lesson 4, we'll also start looking at some bar graphs. This will be another way of presenting information, and we will again be engaged in completing some fun interactive work within our groups in order to be able to understand the concept of bar graphing a little bit further. We will move into lesson 4 with already an understanding now of different types of graphs. We will know how to read them and we will know how to interpret them. During lesson 4, we will have more opportunities to read graphs and really demonstrate our understanding of what we've been able to learn throughout the process. This will be a really nice stage for you because it will show you how well you are going with your learning. We will then go on and actually create a graph using an online website. Again, this will be something really interactive. We'll watch a video on how to do it, and then we'll go ahead and do some worksheets to try and give us some foundations of how we're going to do it, and then we'll have the opportunity to create our own bar graphs that we can print out and keep for our assessments or to go towards our marks. From there, year 2, we'll have some really exciting things to do. This will be where we start our assessment piece. So as I mentioned earlier, your assessment task will involve doing data collection. It will involve creating tally charts, picture charts, and bar graphs to represent the information that you have acquired throughout the course of this web quest. In addition to that, we'll be able to really look at how you have gone in grasping the concept of a calendar. So some of those charts will use your knowledge of a calendar to pull together the information that we want to represent in a chart. So the two important concepts that we're going to be looking at is at the calendar as well as graphing, and we're going to put our information together to be able to create some accurate and consistent charts about our class birthdays. Now the important thing is that we know what birthdays are coming and what days the birthdays are most popular in our class, so we can then organise our celebrations around that.